And right now at 3, we begin with the return of Jimmy Kimmel's late night show on ABC tonight. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Sedano. So there's a lot of questions surrounding what the show will look like and if any apologies will be made. Kimmel's show returns nearly a week after it was pulled off the air for comments he made in his monologue about the murder of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. The show begins taping in nearly 2 hours in Hollywood. NBC4's Alex Rozier is live outside Jimmy Kimmel's studio. And Alex, if you can, just walk us through the scene right now. Has the audience started to line up?
Well, it's definitely starting to pick up, Annabelle. First, I'll tell you that we now know that Sarah McLachlan, the singer, and actor Glenn Powell are expected to be on the show tonight. Let's give you a live look. That's the main entrance of the El Capitan Theater behind me. But I'm going to turn you around here because this is where this audience is going to enter as we walk westbound on the Walk of Fame. This is where the audience entrance is here in the corner outside of the theater, but this is what it looks like right now. We already know that Jimmy Kimmel and his sidekick Guillermo are already here, taking us some video because late this morning our cameras captured Guillermo returning to the theater on Hollywood Boulevard. We also know that security assisted Jimmy Kimmel a few hours ago as he made his way in through a back entrance. Though we didn't see him in person yet today, we did hear from the host on social media for the first time since the show was pulled. Kimmel posted a picture on Instagram this morning with his late friend, screenwriter and producer Norman Lear. Kimmel simply said, "Missing this guy today." ABC made the decision to pull Kimmel's show off the air after what the network described as ill-timed comments about the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. When the show returns to late night, it won't be aired on Sinclair and Nexstar-owned ABC affiliates. Together they own more than 70 ABC affiliates nationwide. Sinclair said they're going to replace them with news as they evaluate the show's potential return. Charlie Kirk's activist organization Turning Point USA said it's not surprising ABC brought Kimmel back, calling it ABC's mistake. Turning Point USA added that Nexstar and Sinclair don't have to make that same choice. But let's bring you back out live outside of El Capitan Theater here across the street on Hollywood Boulevard from photojournalist Jorge Diaz's camera. I am told by Jimmy Kimmel's security team that they'll typically let audience in around 3, which is what we're seeing right now with the taping set to begin around 4:30. So we're going to be bringing live reports from the theater. But again, this is the entrance where they're letting tonight's audience in. I will tell you that so far there's just been a handful of people who have been making their way into the theater with tickets for tonight's taping. They said that they got them well in advance and it didn't just happen at the last minute, that they've had them for some time, Annabelle, but we'll bring you more coverage here later in the day.
Yeah, it seems like that's like the golden ticket for so many people out there. So if you can, Alex, what's the tone like out there as the show gets back on the air tonight?
Well, Annabelle, I think a little bit of what you would expect as far as people from both sides that have come out here, people that feel very strongly on both sides about Jimmy Kimmel's return tonight. But just in the last few minutes, as a couple LAPD cruisers pass us here, you can just see how the activity has picked up on Hollywood Boulevard, more than what is typical on this very popular street. But I assume as we get closer to the taping time at 4:30, that crowd will grow even more, and we'll be bringing you live reports from here as it happens.
All right, looking forward to it, Alex. Thank you so much. And I do want to also mention that on Instagram, Guillermo also posted a picture of him and Jimmy hugging each other, and it says, "We are back full of love." I don't know if you guys can see that, but there it is. Also commenting for the first time since it was pulled off the air. All right, Alex, thank you so much for that. Looking forward to more of your coverage. And we will continue to monitor this story on air and online. For alerts sent straight to your phone, download our NBC LA app. We'll check in with Alex Rozier again at 4.